Hi everyone, welcome back to CraftyNurseQ. Today I'll be doing the budget setup for the month of April 2025, and I have some new budget planners. All right, stay tuned. Okay, thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying here with me. And if you're new here, my name is Cubatis and I do cash stuffing videos. I do budget setups. And right now I'm setting up for the month of April. And remember, I told y'all I was in the process of getting myself a budget planner together. Okay, so, and I'll be using that for the month of April. So this is how it starts. I'll go through and show you, like, because I hadn't like written out any goals or anything. You need to have some goals. So I got my future goals for this year, and that's to have 50% of my consumer debt paid off. And then there's some action steps here that show how I'm going to reach those goals, because you need some steps. And in 5 years, I want to be free from consumer and student loan debt. And right now, I just came up with make extra debt payments monthly. So I'll come up with some more action steps. My financial goals for this year are, I'm keeping it simple. To track my spending weekly, abstain from new credit lines, pay down consumer debt, and to create a monthly budget. So far, I've been on track. Set a monthly budget for the entire year. That's the goal. These are the action steps, that I will have to take to do that. And then here it again, it just follows from the future goals. Pay down 50% of the consumer debt, and this is how I would plan to do that. And then tracking my spending, and this what I'm planning to do. Write everything down, update my spending as it's going. Okay, so I have some debt payoff goals. That's the next one. And I'm gonna go back in, and because I have the trackers here. So this is the debt snowball, and this is where I am. I did take the liberty of updating this some off camera. I didn't make any payments to the doctor. I didn't go to this doctor. But the Affirm, I did make payment in March because it started in March, but we're in April now. This Affirm, it's going down steadily. And so the plan is from now on, I will have that. And at the end of the month, I will be doing like a debt, a debt goal, and see how far I've come. So I'm going to total everything up, do a debt goal, how I'm coming with the tracker. And then here, I'm going to, anytime that I save or put the money in envelopes, I'm going to be putting it here. So I'm doing all of this stuff in order to get free from this consumer debt, y'all. All right, next we have my sinking funds trackers. I know I'll link the videos where I was doing some of that and adding that to the binders. But anyway, I have it now inside of the planner. All of them are here. Savings challenges tracker. I do have other savings challenges that are going, but they really are for my sinking funds. But if I get a new one going, this is where it will be going. And then what date, and right now I have the balance. So anytime that I make a deposit, I'll be making sure that I'm putting that in with the sinking funds tracker. Same thing with the month ahead, just so I know where I am. All right. And then I do have the annual bills tracker. I'm going to get that filled out, y'all. Subscription tracker. I like that it has this. And then here I have the yearly overview. The quarter one. Now, quarter one is actually gone. So I need to go back in and fill that in, because I wasn't doing that part of the budget. But really, doing a budget means you're doing all the parts and you know where you are within your budget. And then, so now we're in quarter two. But I want to, so then this is quarter three. Okay, so this planner, the planner that I've come up with, it's just fully for the cash stuff. And so then it's undated, and this will be for the month of April. And then, then it will go into the zero budget, making sure you're keeping track of that monthly budget. And then now it just looks exactly how I do the thing weekly, right? And then on the back here, at the back of the month, you will have like some no spend challenges. Will give me some no spend, how many days I was successful with no spend, because sometimes I do have some no spend days, and then I will be able to have some notes here. Okay, today, so this one is I'm putting this in my planner. I'm gonna show y'all a trick. This is what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna break this in part, or not break it apart, but because I do still like, because right now I want to just keep it all in this binder, and then this is the monthly out, and I don't want to have to put in all the dates again. So right here, I'm just gonna use some tape and a glue stick, washi tape and a glue stick, and put that here. And then I'm just gonna add this page to here. And then I'll just be continuing with my regular budget sheets. And then here I can do my actual everyday planning. Okay, but right now we're just doing the budget parts together. And I'll be speeding that up so y'all can see what I do. Okay, so then now to give myself a pretty good idea of what my expenses are, my variable expenses, this is why I wanted to keep everything in here. Like I have the February, the March, and I have the January as well. But it looks like, the food is like about $1,200 a month, right? That's the average of it, because I started keeping track of that more. Hey, that's one of the main pain points that's in my that is in my budget right now. So then I'll just take a peek back at what happened during this month, and that's a real good way of just not having to go back through your entire not having to go back through your bank again, go back through and see what bills and what date everything is coming out, because now you've already tracked it before, and then you just go back in and see where it was, right? Like the monthly layout is the best one. Okay, and I'm just going to pull these out so I can see. They'll go back in later, but I'm going to move it over to the side so while I'm working here, see what I came up with that I'm going to be needing. And I will come back in a later video and do this quarter budget overview, because I do have it, but it'll have to be in a later video, because I didn't do it when I was doing the recap, but I do want to start doing it now. So, and then the first thing that I do usually is I go through and I write down where all of the expenses and bills are coming out. And right now, this is what I'm going to do this time. I ran out of those ones that I like. The ones I like with the check off thing. So I'm going to use this one today. All right, and this can be a lengthy process. That's why I speeded it up. But all I'm doing is I go through and I use whatever is like in one of these little, those sticker sheets, like planners. And this one I'm using today, I think I got it at Walmart. But I liked it because it was colorful and it reminds me of spring, and it gives you like the things so you can go in also and do, check those boxes off, instead of getting rid of those stickers. But I just go in, and however many that I have, I just write what date they're due. And that's how I go in and make sure that I have paid all the bills and make sure everything is getting checked off. So, and you can see it in like some of my prior videos, how I've been keeping track as well. But I will also be keeping, going forward, I will be keeping track of them on a weekly basis. You'll see me every time I do the weekly setup. You'll see me as I go through and I talk about, and I'll go through and check off through the check boxes that I've paid those bills. Okay, because I don't disclose my entire income, this part, I'm going to be going back through and just filling in this stuff like as the month goes. But I will make sure that I'm doing like the parts that I'm showing on screen, making sure that I'm filling that part out. But as far as my first category is tithes, and that's 10%. So my income, I just kind of keep private, but I do like to show the budgeting process. Okay. And I was just looking back through here. It was in January. When I did the January setup, I did the entire like the monthly budget and how you would do your monthly budget. It was like a video, monthly budget in 7 steps, how to set up your monthly budget in 7 steps. So that's another good one that you can reference, and I'll make sure I link that one here as well. Okay, but I am going to go today into how much I'm going to be breaking down. This is for this month, this week, the first week in April. I'm just going to put April. And this is 2025. And we're just saying it's starting on the first, even though this is behind some. And today I'm going to be breaking down 620. I got to rewrite the categories, don't I? Okay. All right, so I'm going to do that, go in and rewrite my categories here because I do automatically know what my categories are, but I'm redoing it because I have a new setup here. I think this one, yeah, I did have it printed in here. I know what it is. It's because I was just doing the sheet. Like, I need to put this up. This is the sheet that I was just using for, because I'm going to put it as a digital download in my shop. But people don't have the same category, so I was just gonna put it there, and that's the one I printed off. But that's okay. All right, I'm gonna go in and write the categories in. Sinking funds here. And that's for my subscriptions there. Okay. All right. So, and then when I do my recap, what I have here for my recap, that is all of this stuff is going to be the same thing. Savings challenges, subscriptions, 1 month ahead. And I'll link the video for where I did my recap. I did do the recap. Just some of the stuff I didn't have in there. I didn't have the goals on there or anything because this is the first time I'm doing the goals. Sinking funds. So I'm just supposed to have total here. Okay. Then got your weeks. Okay, and this is just where I do the paycheck breakdown. I start with whatever the budget is for the week, and this week is 620. And as I allocate the funds to a particular category, I just subtract that amount and I keep going until I reach zero. And that's how you get your zero-based budget. All right, looks like I lost a little bit of that footage. Okay, so I'm placing the categories on this bills tally sheet. And remember, I'm switching to a new system, so I'm having to rewrite my categories. And it's pretty much just, this is where you fill out for what denominations you will want to place into your cash envelopes. And you just go in and mark a tally for each denomination, your hundreds, tens, 50s, 20s, ones, and whatever. And this is just based on how you would like to place the money into your spending for the week. That'll be 10. Dine out with a $100 bill. Also, we're not doing gas, 320s. 60. Given 5 and 5 ones. 10. Groceries. 1 to 200s. Yes, need 10 to 5. That's 20. Self-care. 10. Spending. Sinking funds. 2. Hands. You know what? Let's do challenges. Okay, now I just grabbed the calculator to make sure the math was correct. Oh Lord, I'm off, y'all. I am off. What is supposed to be 40? Oh yeah, it's supposed to be 40. Okay, there we go. What is 620? Okay, and then you just tally the sheet at the bottom, and then this is what you will put over onto your cash breakdown card. I do have, actually, I still think I have it as a freebie for right now. This cash envelope bills tally, I do still have it available on my coffee shop, I think it is. Just click one of the links that are up in my description, and you should be able to get it from there. Okay, did I count it right? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5. Okay. 10, 100. 2, 3, 60. 10, 200. 10, 20. 20, 30, 20, 30. 20. 40. 40. 20. 40. Okay. 3, 9, 8, 9, 5. Alright, it's just gonna be off. I have no idea why he wants to do that, but it's just going to. Alrighty. This is a 9. 9. Okay. Alright, let's get all set up here. Get this counted. And 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 96, 10, 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, I'm saying 15, I'm sorry, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Right. Let's see. See them pretty good. Okay. Just the camera. Right. Okay. Let's start with the personal spending wallet. All right, and we got coffee getting a 10. Dining out getting 100. Only thing with dining out, I'm starting to wonder if I just may keep the money in the bank for that, because most of the time when you're doing the dining out, it's like you're gonna be doing like the apps, because I do apps. I'm like, that's one thing I definitely do. Okay, my next one is gas. I didn't do a fun money budget yet. Okay, we got 60 here. Fun money. And that's the thing, like that's where you have to go through and you have to start tracking. So I'm trying to pick a different thing that I need to start tracking this month. Something that 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 for giving a different area. That way by the time and that's a goal you can make for yourself, to know where your money is really going. And then by the time you get to the end of the year, you pretty much know what you spend in everything. You could do one a month, and then by the end of the year, you know exactly what, like build upon it, instead of like overwhelming yourself with trying to get everything under control with the spending. That's another way you could do the spending part. What did I say for kids? It's a 10 and 2 5s. Kids are getting 20, 15, 20. Because I didn't give myself a household budget yet either. Skip right on over it. I forgot why I put it there. Okay. I'm gonna just pull these out until I actually put the money in them. Put a budget for them. Is it 30? Okay, a 20 and a 10. Self-care. 20 and a 10 for spending. And the toiletries. That's what I'm gonna, because when I'm doing my grocery budget now, I've been putting the toiletries and a lot of the household stuff in with it. So I'm gonna see exactly what I'm spending with that stuff, because it can get to be a big deal. Okay, I'll be linking the part 2 where I stuff the rest of the sinking funds. Make sure you guys enter to get into the giveaway for the 1K subscriber giveaway. And I thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a blessed day. Bye.